you just wanted me to talk about exactly what I did. So what I did was that I would go into the gallery. Um, I did it about 6 times for. I would stand for about half an hour in front of the picture. There wasn't really ever anybody in the gallery. At first, it was embarrassing, but then I began to realize that there wasn't that many people there. So I got used to it. And then I started to feel the transformation with the picture. I don't know. I think it's like a medical, or sorry, not a medical, like a psychological thing where you start to, if you impersonate an emotion, you can start to actually make yourself feel that emotion. So it was like that. I at first, I felt really awkward and on display, but then I started to feel like I was, part of the picture, and that it would be natural that I would also be in the gallery too, standing in front of it. So I felt as though I was still on display, but on display in the same way that the picture was. It felt more natural. So I would stand there for half an hour, and like I said, slowly become. I would transform myself into a living kind of likeness of the picture, and then on the sixth day, the last day, I I ended up being exactly like the picture. Like I wore a silk robe, like the figure in the picture, and I got a pillow to match, and I reclined in front of the image to mimic the figure. Yeah, and so I kind of just became a mirror image of it.
You just said you asked me to perform in this project that you're doing. You you gave me some sort of personal information. I was going to play you. I was going to pretend that I was you and go interact with people. So I was a little nervous about that, but it felt okay at first. Let's see. What did we do then? What was the first step? I think um, I remember you came over and didn't you and you brought some clothes, but I don't think any of your clothes really fit. I just kind of went through my wardrobe and found some stuff that seemed like uh, Josh attire. That was it, right? Then I guess things just got started. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, the dinner. I guess that was okay considering the rest of it. No, because no one really knew you, so I was introducing myself as you and to a lot of other artists there. Um, Although there was a lot of art questions, a lot of like name dropping and things going on, and a lot of people asking me about the work and other artists, and I often didn't know what to say. So I think that a lot of people thought maybe there was something wrong with me, like I didn't belong, like I didn't really fit in, like I wasn't kind of up to snuff. Oh, I think I told somebody that I was studying in Australia. And they were really confused about that. And there was someone that I remember somebody asking me if they could go see some shows with me, and that's kind of when I started to get a little nervous because I was worried that I would have to start to kind of engage with these people on a little more personal level. This At this point it felt a little safe still. And then the next day I met up with Daniel at like a cafe. Yeah, well, he was the first one that really knew you. So when I saw him, and just told him that I was you. I was kind of nervous, but he also seemed to kind of get it. Yeah, so I don't know, we got on pretty well. Um, but then there was and it was Daniel and somebody else was there. Oh, what's her name? She wasn't as into it as Daniel was. Uh, Kristen or Crystal. Yeah, she was there too with Daniel, and she made me kind of nervous, and I felt like I was kind of slipping out of Josh mode a little bit. Um, so after that, went to some galleries with the portfolio that you gave me. Yes, there were some meetings set up, and I didn't really, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know what they knew about you or the work or really much about what they were into. Um, and I went in the first one, and there was a guy. He was talking to some women. And I told him I was Josh, and he seemed very excited to meet me. And he asked me to, go over. Let's go over the portfolio. And the portfolio still had like the sticker on it. Like I just bought it and started showing him the stuff that you'd printed out for me to put in there. And he was really confused and kept saying that he really liked what he saw on the website. Uh, we're kind of insinuating that this wasn't what he was expecting. Like this wasn't what he saw on the website. But then he sent me up to the gallerist, to the owner's office, um, and Paul was his name. And I went up to see Paul. He was really excited to see me. I just showed him like the first couple of pages in the portfolio, and he just stood up and said, we'll let you know, and just kind of sent me away. Um, so that was that. I'm trying to think what happened after that. When did I do? When I went to. Well, your show, you had these photographs, right? Of this woman, and then I met her. We met at a cafe too, and then after that we went over to the gallery, and so I could photograph her in front of the photograph. But I think at first I photographed her in front of the wrong photograph. But then I realized that it was which one it was, and I photographed her in front of that. Um, and then after that I went to your dad's. Yeah, that was nice. Your dad was really sweet. He's really nice. He came home really late. I was making dinner with Daniel, and then your dad came home, and oh, he left. He left pretty soon after coming back and went to get a bottle of wine. And then came home, and we had dinner, and we drank wine, and and we started talking about you quite a bit. He really liked the fact that how you're not really a snob about anything, and he was talking about how you're not a snob about wine, or a snob about anything, and how proud he is of you, and how creative you are, and intelligent and everything. And he was really complimentary. He was really super sweet, and just had like nothing but like loving things to say about you. It was really nice. I went to bed, and I was really tired, and I read for a little bit, and then I just passed out. And then I woke up actually at like 3 in the morning, and I was kind of just like freaking out and feeling really anxious. Just I think being trying to be you, all this time, and then and being kind of out of place, but trying to sort of force myself into this place. And anyway, I just felt really anxious and just really wanted to go home. And um, I had a hard time getting back to sleep. I was kind of in and out. And finally at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I just got up for good, and um, I left a note just saying thanks, and I was leaving, and then I went home after that. I, Yep, that's it.